Hello, everyone. Welcome back to MBA Monday. As you can hear, I have a little bit of a cold, but the round 2 deadlines are coming fast. So I'm here to talk to you today about how to get in to Chicago Booth. I'm Angela, career coach, MBA coach, Booth MBA alum, and someone who has helped, I think, more than 150 people get into Booth personally, directly, over the many years that I have been helping people achieve their MBA dreams. So I couldn't resist the opportunity to talk to you today about one of my favorite schools and my alma mater that is a little bit different from a lot of the other schools in the M7 and the top 10. So in today's video, I'm going to talk you through what really matters in Booth's application. What are the 2 things that they're really looking for? And therefore, how can you get in? What are the admission secrets to Chicago Booth? Stick around to the end, and I'll tell you one key myth that rules out a lot of applicants erroneously. I'll tell you how to squash your imposter syndrome and apply even if you don't think at first Booth is right for you. In my next video, I'm actually going to do a deep dive into this year's essays so that you can take all my advice in this video and roll it into your personal, incredible application to Booth. As you know, I am rooting for you. I am here to make sure that you're able to achieve your MBA dreams. So hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and let's talk about Booth. All right, we're going to keep this really, really simple. There are only 2 things that you need to understand about Booth admissions, and it rolls up to one single thing, which is what the admissions committee is mostly looking for in your application. That number 1 thing that they are looking for is fit with the culture. Booth is not like other schools, and the admissions committee really wants to make sure that the people they bring into the class are going to resonate with the values of the program, thereby creating a great experience for all their classmates, solidifying and perpetuating the unique Booth culture that is really known across MBA-dom. When I think about Booth culture, there are really a lot of things that make it different, but the 2 most important things that need to drive your application and indeed your entire career future is number 1, the pay it forward culture at Booth. And number 2, something I'm going to call nerdiness. We'll come to that one later. But let's talk first about the pay it forward culture. So if you read anything on the internet about Booth, the terms pay it forward, the pay it forward culture will rise to the top of your searches and to all of your ChatGPT inquiries. And I'm going to put a link in the description below so that you can actually go and read what some Booth students say the pay it forward culture means to them, so that you can have the chance to really explore what it means for you as you shape the rest of your career. But to give you my own 2 cents on the matter, I interpret the concept of paying it forward as just quite simply a form of basic human generosity. Generosity is an innate quality in all of nature. And it's certainly an innate quality that we as human beings all have. How much you're aware of it, how much you live your life thinking about it, utilizing it, and sharing with the people around you, that can vary, but generosity is really an aspect of what it means to be human. And if you look into what pay it forward means to Booth, it's really just this idea that your career, your life, your endeavors, your time, your efforts are not just for you. They're for others, and they're for everyone around you. So people who embrace the pay it forward mentality are naturally more curious, they're more collaborative, they're playing a much bigger game than something that would be selfishly motivated. So as you're thinking about how to approach the Booth application, the first thing I recommend you do is really catalog all the places in your life where you have been generous. And then play that forward into your career game plan and think about what are all the ways that your team, your company, your community, your society, your culture, and this world are going to benefit from the things that you hope to achieve in your career. Really project your thinking well beyond yourself as you craft your career game plan. Now, the career game plan is absolutely an essential piece of your Booth application. In my next video, I'm going to talk about how you need to put together that Booth Essay 1 to show your career game plan in all of its glory. You might also, in the meantime, want to check out this video right here in which I talk about what a career game plan is and how you need to build it and how to find your own. A lot of people skip this step, but if you skip this step and apply to Booth, it's almost surely going to lead to rejection because they need to be able to see that future stretched out in front of you and how Booth is going to help you fulfill your generous goals in the future. So that's number one, is the pay it forward culture. And they're really looking for this throughout all aspects of your application. They're looking for it in your resume in terms of the impact you've had. They're looking for it in your essays, and they're absolutely looking for it in the interviews. One of the things that we're doing at MBA Protocol is gathering a community of people who share this value of generosity. As a Booth alum myself, I drank the Kool-Aid of the pay it forward culture. And so at MBA Protocol, all of our programs, in addition to providing you with direct guidance on how to apply to the business schools of your choosing and submit the very best applications you can, we're also gathering a community of people who are going on this journey together. So if you're interested in completing your applications for the round 2 cycle of this year, that is by January, in the next several weeks, then I want to make a really special offer that you join our MBA LFG program. We call it LFG because it means level up, focus, and get in. But it also has the other meaning because there are only 8 weeks left. As of the publishing of this video, there's only like 7 weeks, 6-7 weeks left until the round 2 deadline. And I am gathering a community of people who are all applying together. So if you want to work with me and my team on your applications, scroll down to the link below that says MBA LFG to get a 75% discount on this program. We've never offered it at this price point, but I figure time is moving fast. It's 2025 LFG. I hope to see you in there. Now let's talk about point number 2, nerdiness. So you've probably heard that the Booth curriculum is among the most rigorous. You may even believe the myth that you have to be a quant jock to go to Booth. This second piece is not true. I'll talk about that in a minute. But what is true is that if you're going to go to Booth, you have to be excited to learn. Like, that's just the bottom line. The curriculum is the most rigorous and the most challenging of any top MBA program out there. This is validated year after year in alumni surveys and in comparing the curricula across programs. Booth just takes each topic further. It's more rigorous in terms of the science, the math, the quantitative underpinnings, and the data-drivenness of what's being taught in the classroom. And it's also designed not just to help you learn business, but to teach you really how to think like a business leader. This is what Booth does really, really well, because whatever business situation you're going to be in 5 years will be different from any business situation anyone has ever been in the past. And if you want to get through it and do the right thing as a leader, you don't need to know the answer. You have to know how to find the answer. You have to know how to use data to really think critically and to make good business decisions. This is what Booth teaches. And as a result, it attracts a student body that is super eager to learn. I'm calling it nerdiness with a lot of fondness. I identify as a nerd. If you do too, great. But even if you don't, as long as you really want to learn in business school, Booth could truly be an amazing fit for you. You know, there are people who treat the MBA as like a 2-year vacation to like do a little networking and chill. And it can be that, but Booth will also really challenge you academically. And there's almost no way to avoid that at Booth. So The admissions committee is really evaluating everything about you to understand if that's the learning experience that you are up for. Because if you're not, they're going to save you the pain of the wrong cultural fit and let you go. A lot of people misinterpret this aspect of booth culture to believe that you have to be a quant jock before you come in, to believe that you have to already be great at finance or great at analysis or management consultant to be successful in booth culture. And in fact, almost the exact opposite is the case. Over the many years that I've been helping people get into booth, I've consistently seen booth take in the most diverse class in terms of academic backgrounds. In my class, there was a concert violinist, an opera singer, an actor, an organic farmer. I could go on and on and on. Booth is really open to taking people with different backgrounds that may have no quantitative chops on the resume because they know that that's what they can actually teach. Think about it. If you have one huge value to add to your students, why would you only admit students that don't need that? They want to make a difference. They want to contribute. So they're aligning students who actually need that education. And if you know my story, I was an English teacher and then I was an HR and I hadn't taken any math since high school and I went to Booth. So if you don't have a strong quant profile or you don't have a traditional background, don't count yourself out on Booth because they're looking for you. They're looking for people who want to pay it forward in their career and who really want to learn in the 2 years that they're part of the program and ideally in the rest of your career beyond. So if you have those two values, Booth might actually be your perfect fit. Come back next video. Come back to the next video and I will tell you exactly how you can answer those 2 Booth essays so that you can put your best foot forward and maximize the likelihood of getting into one of the world's most amazing business schools. I'll see you next week. But no, actually sooner. I'm going to see you sooner than that. I'll see you Thursday. Testing, audio. Okay, hold on. Now I'm crying. Your eyes so wet.